In this video, I'm going to show you 3 books that you can absolutely read for cozy fall vibes this autumn. One of them I have read all the way through. The other one I have started, I'm a chapter or 2 in. The third one is kind of like on my TBR for October, fall Halloween vibes, kind of. You'll see what I mean. I want to start with the one, of course, the one that I read all the way through. This one is Coming Home to Stars Fall by Kate Hewitt. Now, the astute among you may notice that this sounds very similar to Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. Unrelated. This is not a Gilmore Girls at all. No. So for this one, what I want you to think of like a cozy fall, autumn themed Hallmark movie. But wait, I don't want to lose you there. Instead of like predictable, cheesy, surfacey tropes or conversations or things like that, replace all of that with really deep subject matter. It deals with I suppose this could be like a content awareness thing as well. It deals really like heavily with the foster care system. So one of the main characters is someone who was in the foster care system and she ages out, and it's this huge journey of her trying to, well, I was going to say trying to find family, but like literally, and she's literally trying to find her birth mother. So you have like really deep, emotional, meaningful topics. They're handled very well and very respectfully. The only thing I say very respectfully, but I do want to say, like, there is one phrase that kept being said over and over and over where the main character talks about her mom. She says multiple times, like, my mom gave me up for adoption. She gave me up for adoption over and over and over, where I'm like, ooh, like, I just kind of inwardly cringed a little, like, where instead she could have said, my mom placed me for adoption. I know it may sound like it doesn't matter, but for some people it matters. So just know going into it, if that's something that you're sensitive to, just know that that's how it's handled here. But other than that phrase that keeps popping up, it's handled really beautifully. It's a very meaningful story of, let's see, the main character is Lori. So she moves to this super cozy small town in New England. And it's actually, I mean, I don't know if the author based it off of the city that Stars Hollow in Gilmore Girls is based off of. I don't know. There's no mention of a connection there. But it does kind of have like Gilmore Girl vibes. But again, without like the, I don't know, it's not cheesy. The only thing I would say that I felt like, I did roll my eyes a little bit when the main characters meet. And of course, this was the one thing that was kind of tropey or kind of like, whatever, cheesy, predictable, is like when two people, like the main character who's a woman meets the main character who's a man, and it doesn't start out well, so it's like, we don't like each other, or he doesn't like me, he's so grumpy, like the grumpy sunshine trope, because there is a romance story. Like, so I don't know if it's categorized as romance, but that was like the one part that I found kind of annoying, where it's like she first meets him and he doesn't treat her very well, but she's like, oh, but his shirt was so tight and he just looked so great with his jeans. I'm like, oh, for reals? Like, I'm just saying, if you like that kind of thing, you won't roll your eyes at that. But for me, I prefer, if there's a romance in the story, I prefer it to be more subtle or unpredictable. Because when you read things like that, like, oh, okay, I get it. This is like a rom-com and I know it's going to happen. If you don't mind that, if you can see through those things that I mentioned, if you love stories that handle actually deep themes, well-developed characters, it's not surface level, even though it has kind of those cheesy romance beginnings. If you just, go get through that part of it and you get a really sweet story, very meaningful story. It's just, I don't know. I hardly ever give like 4 or 5 stars, and I think I may have given this one a 5-star. I'd have to check my Goodreads thing where I, clicked how many stars. But it was either 4 or 5, and I rarely have read within recent years, rarely read one where I was like, that's a 5-star, that's a 4-star. So definitely fall, autumn, cozy. The author describes like, the rain and the winter, not the winter, the rain and the winter. Oh boy, it's almost Friday. We're getting there. Tired, dealing with a cold. That's it. We'll blame it on that. Dealing with, no, she talks about the rain and like the coffee and the food and the leaves and the smell in the air and, like the fall festival and, just really good for the cozy fall vibe. So again, if you can get through kind of like a cheesy beginning where you're like, wah, wah, okay, this is cheesy. Just if you love character-driven stories, meaningful topics, this for sure, you want to check that out. The one I am currently reading, I'm only in, I thought I was only in chapter 2. I just finished chapter 5. So, the fall vibes on this cover are like, you can see why I chose it. Pros and Cons by Amanda Flower. So this is the second book in a series. If you go back to my previous videos, you will see I did a video called Books About Books and a Touch of Magic or something like that, but I think it's just called Books About Books. I talk about the first book in this series, and originally this is the one I saw online, and then I realized it was like part 2 in a series of only 2 so far that I know of. And I was like, I really wanted to read this one because of the fall, autumn, cozy vibes. But I was like, I want to read the first one. So I read the first one and it was fine. But this one, surprisingly, I'm in chapter 5. The crime just occurred in chapter 5. And already I'm liking it much more than the first one in this series by Amanda Flower. I'm trying to remember what that one is called. Can't remember it right now, but feel free to go back and check that Books About Books video out. And so this is a cozy mystery, but added on to the cozy mystery part of it is the basic plot of a magical bookstore where the books can either like tell the future, like what's going to happen, or they can help the main character solve a crime. You have like a talking crow, a magical cat. It's really, so far, it's just very cozy. I don't think it's going to be like, it's not going to be deep at all like this one. So don't go into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be really deep and meaningful. Just this one, I think so far, like I said, I'm in chapter 5, but so far, it's definitely fall vibes. It's all surrounding a poetry reading in this small, cozy, touristy town. And it's surrounding a Edgar Allan Poe poetry reading. So it's kind of Edgar Allan Poe themed. I think there's going to be like, I was going to say kind of like spooky elements to it, but it's going to just be like, I don't think it's going to be like supernatural things happening other than the magic bookstore. But the crime, I think the crime involves people because it says pros and cons. Anyways, all that to say, I am liking this one. It's kind of hinting at like, what's going on? It's kind of creepy vibes, but not like, it's not creepy. So far, there was like one moment where I was reading, I was like, oh, what's that about? And then it moved on. So I can give an update in a future video about whether this actually was as good as I'm hoping it will be. But I'll keep you posted. But for now, if you're interested in something like this, this is Pros and Cons by Amanda Flower. And yeah, you could check out the first one, but it's okay. This one, I'm liking. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the main characters are a 20-something-year-old woman and her grandmother are caretakers of a magical bookstore. And then, crimes occur and mayhem and coziness also. So there's that one. Okay, here's the one I have not started yet. I think I'm going to maybe be reading this one more in October. So it's kind of giving more like Halloween vibes. And I only say that because one of the characters, I think it says like the grandmother can see a ghost or something, but I don't think it's actually about Halloween. This is Ferris by Kate DiCamillo, and I love, Kate DiCamillo wrote The Magician's Elephant, which is one of my all-time favorites that I have read many, many, many times. Feel free to check out that video as well. I'll link the other videos that I mentioned in here so you don't have to go searching for them. But I will link the other video where I talk about, I think I called it These Books Are Magical, and I just talk about my all-time favorite books. Kate DiCamillo is the author of one of my favorite books. So when I saw this, and it's called Ferris, and it's about a girl and her family, I think it takes place in the 1980s, so that's when my childhood was. So I don't know, it seems like cozy autumn vibes. I mean, you know what? I'm seeing fireflies, so maybe it's not a fall autumn book, but I'm going to read it in October. So this is the TBR I was mentioning. I know I want to read this one after I finish some of these other books, but I'll just say, oh yeah, so part of the description says, when a ghost shows up at the threshold of Ferris's grandmother Carice's room, Ferris worries that she's there to take Carice to the great beyond, but Carice says that the ghost has something else in mind, something unpredictable, a task that's impractical and illuminating. But how can Ferris focus on completing an assignment for a ghost when her little sister is terrorizing the town? Her uncle keeps sending her to spy on her aunt, and the house has been invaded by raccoons. So I don't know what I'm in for on this, but I love the author, and so I'm going to read it, and since it mentions a ghost, I'm going to put that in with the fall October TBR. So I can do follow-up videos for this and this. Anyways, I am also going to put a link to, I have an affiliate link for abebooks.com, and I will link that below too. It's just a place that I love getting used books, and it's a great alternative than an alternative to like other mainstream ways of ordering books online. So if you prefer that, I'll put a link for that down below. And yeah, that's my fall cozy autumn vibes. I don't remember what I titled this, but if you're looking for cozy autumn fall, maybe slightly October ghosty vibes, feel free to check these books out, and I'm excited to get to the two that I haven't read or finished yet. All right. Oh, tell me if you have favorite cozy fall vibes books that you plan on reading or have read. Please let us know in the comments, because people who watch these kind of videos are probably also like me, always looking for other book recommendations. So even if I've already read it, somebody else may see your comment and be like, oh, yay, I want to check that one out. So feel free to give me your recommendations for cozy autumn vibes type books as well. So thank you for watching, and happy autumn, fall coziness. It's almost Friday. Oh, wait, no, before you go, I am selling a gratitude journal. I can't forget to mention that. I'll put the link to it below. I'm selling it through Amazon KDP. Ironically, I just mentioned alternatives to mainstream book buying, but so I have a gratitude journal that has a space for, it's called my Honest Gratitude Journal, or the Honest Gratitude Journal, because it has a space for the things that were great about your day and the things that were hard about your day, because I really believe we need both for good mental health. And also, if you would like to support this channel even more than you already are by watching and hopefully maybe subscribing, feel free to check out my Buy Me a Coffee site, where you can make either a one-time donation or do an ongoing membership for as low as $2 a month. That is for people who are not on a tight budget. So otherwise, just happy watching, viewing. Feel free to check out, oh, there's a fly buzzing around here. Feel free to check out my other videos. I do book reviews, online business things, mental health things, spiritual things. Feel free to check it out. Thanks for watching.